Good day everyone, I am Jason van Heerden and I'm the registered dietitian at Irene Village Care. I'm very excited today for this video because we are actually going to be going into a collaboration with Twin Kinetics. So you can actually see their logo over here, and they're actually here based in Centurion. Wonderful ladies. I actually personally went to them for a fitness niggle that I had, and it was amazing the quality of work that they give. And yes, and I, of course, being a dietitian, especially with my diploma in sports nutrition, I get asked a lot about, I see a lot of people in the fitness world, and of course I can give recommendations on diet and all those type of things, but it's based around the exercise they are doing. So, but on exercise, there actually are a lot of questions, and that is actually why I have invited Twin Kinetics to answer a few of them. Alright guys, so the first question is actually going to be around excuses, right? So I think now going, we're in quarantine, it's going into winter, and even if we're out of those stages now and you're watching this video at another stage, there's always an excuse, right? I'm too tired, I'm too stiff, I'm too this, I'm too that, and we don't really find that motivation. So I actually wanted to ask Twin Kinetics, so ladies, what do you think is a way to go around fighting excuses, getting that motivation up to achieve your fitness goals?
Hi Jason, thank you so much for having us today. We are going to get straight on to answering your first question. So I think as human beings, we are very good at coming up with a wide variety of excuses to not follow through with things that are important but just not seen as urgent at that time in our lives. So we're going to try give a few ways now in which you can increase your motivation and just stay engaged in your exercise plan. Alright, so the first thing that Ashley and I discussed is you need to take ownership in your health and fitness journey. So there are going to be moments where you fall short, you cave in, and you just realize you didn't prioritize exercise enough or the way that you had planned. But it's important that when you experience these cave-ins that you need to have grace and you need to be kind to yourself. It's when we start to look at other people to blame or other things to blame that we ultimately move backwards in our fitness journey. Yeah, and a lot of the time we see with ourselves, with our clients, is that before even beginning with an exercise plan, you already tell yourself that you're not going to be dedicated through the process. And this is from past failure or just not sticking to something in the past. So what we often encourage here is that you work on your patience levels, which will then boost your dedication through the process. So be patient with yourselves. Don't compare your day 1 to someone's day 52. Don't compare your progress to someone else's progress, because as a result of that, you actually just become less dedicated. Yeah, and coming to point number 3, repetition forms habit. So many of the times you'll find yourself talking yourself out of a workout about a dozen times a day. But what it comes down to is you need to put your shoes on, go to a nice workout environment, and just get the workout done. Rarely ever will you finish a workout and actually feel worse afterwards. So it's actually about the small wins, and even if it's a so-so kind of workout and it wasn't your all, you still win because you still got out there and you still did the workout. Yeah.
Wow, ladies, thank you so much for your answer. What is your latest take around the world, on social media, the whole take on fitness? What is maybe something that, we might find unpopular, and what is the actual truths, you ladies working in the fitness industry, what would you ladies say about that?
Okay, so to answer your second question, there are many popular untruths in the health and fitness industry. Just to run through a few myths and things that people are unsure about is with regards to supplementation, rep ranges, fasted cardio, waist trainers, fat burners, fat creams, etc. There are so many different things. But what we need to remember is if anything seems too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah, so one of the realities of a fitness journey is, as cliche as it sounds, it's consistency over perfection. So you want to choose a more moderate approach where you're actually going to enjoy the process and be happy through it, rather than striving for perfection and then ultimately failure every time that you make a minor slip up, right? So by moderate approach, I mean small steps in the right direction. Fewer changes, smaller changes, rather than making these drastic changes, trying to do too much too soon, and in reality you cannot stick to it. This also links up with being happy through the journey, and the reason why we emphasize this so much with ourselves and our clients is that as humans, we are never fully satisfied for where we are at. You know, once you've met your goal that you set out for yourselves, you're already thinking of the next goal ahead. So we can't look at this as having end goals, but actually we look at it as moving goals. So if you're not happy from goal A to B or from goal B to C, you're actually going to end up living a very miserable life trying to constantly get through the process.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for your answer. But actually on that, what we actually just spoke about, I more want to go into what, now that we've gone over, fighting against excuses and getting our motivation up, what are the actual guidelines? What are your recommendations? What type of exercises should I be doing? I think in the same way, with diet, we have to make something personalized for you in your circumstance. It has to be practical, achievable, sustainable, all those things. So ladies, I want to ask you, in the fitness world, what do you ladies think what are the recommendations and what exercises should we be doing?
Alright, so we just touched on the ways that we need to fight excuses. We spoke about a few myths and the reality through your fitness journey, and just to end off here, we're going to give you a few ways in which you can keep active, and a few of them also now during lockdown. So one of our favorite forms of exercise that we recommend, and it's hands down one of the most underrated forms of fat loss, is actually walking. So whether you have a treadmill at home or whether you go around the block or walking in your estate or your complex, it's a brilliant way just to get your heart rate up and burn a few extra calories. If you do not like walking, what we often recommend, and we do it ourselves, is you just put a good soundtrack in your ears, or you watch one of your favorite series, and you'll actually feel that walking for about 30 to 45 minutes can go very, very quickly. Another step here is that you can make stairs your best friends. So whether it's a staircase in your house or whether you just have one step that you want to use, you can go up and down the same step, or you can walk up and down your staircase, and you'll find that it's a very time efficient way to also once again get your heart rate up, burn those extra calories. Put music in your ears, watch a series if you want to, and you'll find once again it goes nice and quickly. You don't even realize that you're exercising. So Kristen, you can maybe mention a few forms of exercise. We get a neat energy expenditure, so it's a non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Great way to burn calories with things that aren't really classified as exercise, but they just once again get your heart rate up, get you burning calories.
All right. Yeah, so it's very simple. You can just break your day up into short bouts of exercise or movement throughout the day, and I'm going to quickly list a few examples. It's examples that we use on a day-to-day basis without even noticing. So you can do house chores, cleaning around the house, there's gardening, you can walk your dog, play with your children. If you want to take it from a business perspective, if you're sitting quite a bit working at your desk, you can say, for example, for every phone call you get up, walk around the house, walk around the garden, and take the phone call whilst walking instead of sitting down. So there's many different ways, but basically all of these little short bouts of exercise help you meet your weekly recommendations of exercise. And for interest's sake, this is 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week.
Yeah, and I think now with COVID times, I know it's a little bit tricky to your favorite fitness or Pilates classes at the studio, but I know, for example, we're also doing it. There's a lot of online classes happening at the moment, whether it's via Zoom or YouTube, that you can sign up for. I think signing up for something does hold you a little bit more accountable than following an app that's for free. But yeah, so that's another way, just to sign up, whether it be Zumba, whether it be Pilates, whether it be fitness, whether it's a resistance training class. This is obviously something that's more exercise, or classified more exercise than these chores that you're just doing around the house. And then another important point here is that try and make all of these things an appointment.
Ladies, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. And we're going to be definitely having a few more videos with collaboration with Twin Kinetics. Guys, just remember that they are in Centurion, and guys, their quality is really amazing. They are, as you can see in the videos, how cheerful and how wonderful they are, and their service is just as good. So everyone, have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned, subscribe, hit the like button, hit a comment, and I look forward to the future ones. All the best. Have a great day, guys. Bye.